What is up, everybody? Welcome to the next edition of the Losers Lounge podcast. I'm your host. Well, goddamn, I keep saying that I'm the single host, even though I'm clearly not. I'm Christian freaking Maracle, folks, and I'm here. Oh my god, it's a really short crowd here today because I only have one person with me, and that's Heel Balor. Willie, how you doing?
Doing pretty good, Christian. What's up, everybody?
Yep, the Heelist of Balors are here, and that's it. That's the thing. What do you think about that?
Yep.
Mainly because
just us.
Kelsey is at work, so she was unavailable. Actually, was she at work or was she not at work?
She is not at work, actually. I just got done DMing her, and then she said that she got let off because apparently she's not feeling good. So that probably explains her absence.
Okay, yeah.
And Reister Ryan is at work himself.
Wait, Reister Ryan isn't here?
Surprising.
We guess we know what that means. Yep. We are gathered here today to say goodbye to Ryan's undefeated streak. Goodbye!
Bye-bye.
That's all right, though. Yeah. Ryan, for 13 consecutive episodes, was undefeated and when it came to appearing on the podcast, but now, for the first time ever, he's not on.
The streak is dead, Ryan.
Now none of us have an undefeated streak, considering the fact that, well, I've got the worst streak out of all of us. I've been absent for 4 or 5 episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah. You and Kelsey, Kelsey's starting to grow as well on the losing side. No offense, Kelsey. I know you're listening to this. We love you.
Yeah. Do we? I'm kidding.
Oh!
Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me if you're watching this.
She probably will. Anyway, okay. We're here to review Hell in a Cell. Just the two of us, so this may not take that much longer, but that's okay, though. We still have a lot to talk about when it came to the pay-per-view.
Oh, heck yeah.
I guess we'll get right started into this, I guess.
Let's dive right in, folks.
All right, dive right into Hell in a Cell, literally, because the opening match was Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy inside Hell in a Cell. But before we begin that, I just want to say, Willie, what do you think about the red cage?
Surprisingly, I actually liked it. Red is my favorite color, number one, and I also like change. So it really didn't bother me.
Yeah, people just want an excuse to make fun of things or just say, it was people are saying, well, it looks like period blood. I'm like, every red looks like period blood.
Yeah, especially the Universal Championship. Oh!
Yeah, well, it matched the cell this year.
Yeah, it actually did. It blended in when Roman took it into the cell.
For a second, I didn't know where it was.
Same.
It's like it turned into John Cena. We couldn't see it anymore.
So,
when I first found out that there was going to be a red cage for this year's event, I liked it too because, it was it fit more of a description of hell.
Yeah.
By having it blood red. So, in my opinion, that was honestly a perfect decision. And the good thing was, the addition of the new color did not make it difficult for people to see inside the cage.
Yeah.
We could still see.
People told me it was kind of hard to see inside the cage anyway, speaking of 2 each his own.
Yeah, Reister Ryan was at Hell in a Cell.
That's right, folks.
And he was also at the Raw afterwards. He went from San Antonio to Dallas in 2 days.
And I saw Ryan on TV, so that makes 2 of the Losers Lounge members on TV. Myself and Sami Zayn and Becky Lynch were revealed as each other's tag team partners in January. And, of course, Reister Ryan at Hell in a Cell. So the Losers Lounge is taking over.
Hello.
WWE. Oh, and Christian Maracle plenty of times.
Yeah, I was literally front and center for Enzo Amore that one time in Buffalo, New York in 2016. And I also appeared at the Raw after Mania when Roman Reigns was getting booed out of the building in 2017.
Well, I didn't see you, so
I was in the top corner. I was in the top corner, but I was there. So that's 3 out of 4 out of the Losers Lounge. Actually, technically 5, but Connor, I don't think I've ever seen him literally on camera.
And Kelsey, you know her. She's in the shadows somewhere.
Always. Anyway, going back to this match, Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy. Let's Willie, I'm gonna start with you. Got no other option.
He's gonna start with me, folks, even though I'm the only one here.
That's all right though. What did you think of this cell match between Jeff and Randy?
Very violent, actually, for a show that was actually very good. Actually,
You said
this
actually
match was
like 3
actually very
times.
good. Surprisingly.
Yeah.
Problem is, I came out at the last second with this match. I came in at the part where Jeff Hardy was trapped in the ladder, and Orton was kicking the crap out of him. So I didn't know what happened at the beginning of the match. I watched it recently and got all caught up. So, all right,
I must say, like, it was crazy. Shall we talk about the screwdriver?
If we shall.
Screwdriver right into Jeff Hardy's ear.
Yes, so that moment right there, okay, I have never turned away so quickly in my entire life from wrestling. Like, yeah, there was the ear part where Orton, in the past, he's done the ear raping thing where he put his finger in his ear, but this time he used a screwdriver, and I have never cringed so hard in my entire life at pro wrestling.
So what was that leading into it? Foreplay?
Yeah. Yeah, we're making it a little awkward. Who cares? It's our podcast.
Well, I was like, here's the thing. The fact that Randy was put the screwdriver through Jeff Hardy's earlobe, and then he started pulling on it, but it was the moment he started twisting it.
That was the moment right there I was like, nope.
He was trying to bust it like a zit. That's what I thought was going to happen to the earlobe. Because it was like it was swelling up, changing color, and I thought it was just going to burst like a zit.
Some people told me that when they get ear piercings, that there's no feeling in there. So I'm wondering if Jeff was either selling or he was in real pain, because looking at his face, he was like, oh my gosh. Jeez, just like gruesome.
My brother Joe has got those, they're called spacers, by the way. My brother's got those as well, and when he saw that, he actually tested it on himself. Not the screwdriver, but, pulling. He said it did fucking hurt, yep.
Really? Oh, God.
So you can imagine how it must have felt for Jeff, the fact that he was getting his ear twisted around.
Thank God Orton didn't rip it off.
Yeah, and not just that, but also Randy Orton having like pieces of his flesh hanging out of his leg.
Yeah, Orton had this I don't know what. Okay, people told me that was his one of his was it muscle?
Yeah. That
was hanging out of his leg, and I was like, oh God. And then Jeff Hardy whipped Orton with his belt and the metal studs, he whipped him with the front end of his belt with the studs on it. And there was blood in this match, which I loved.
There was blood. There was gore.
There was ladders. There
was ears and screwdrivers.
Screwdriving ears. There was just lots of stuff in this match that was brutal.
The fact that a lot of the things that happened, was hard to watch. A lot of people wanted to see we'll get to Jeff Hardy's big moment in a little bit, but the moment that people, I guarantee, there were some people that were actually complaining that Jeff never got to do a swanton off the top of the cell. I'm like, after what you just saw inside that cage, be thankful that you actually saw it.
Yeah, I myself was thinking, okay, Jeff's going to somehow bust out of the cell and climb up there and do the big swanton bomb. But, what I got inside that match, I got my satisfaction with it. It was a great match.
The fact that it was
big spot on the cage didn't need to happen.
Yeah, the fact that it was hard to watch at a few moments, that's actually what makes Hell in a Cell a great, brutal match.
Yeah.
And, that's what it always should be. It should be hard to watch, not exciting to see.
Not like, Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman. We'll get to that when we get to that.
Oh, yeah. We'll definitely get to that. And we probably have a lot to complain about.
Surprisingly, through this entire show, I did not jump for at least a few moments until the important moment that's coming up after this match. But we'll get to that when we get to that.
But as for me, I really thought that it's not just Jeff Hardy, but Randy Orton as well. They both they both choreographed this very well.
Oh, definitely. Imagine how hard that must have been to rehearse all that stuff.
Yeah. Probably Jeff Hardy and Randy were practicing having the screwdriver in his ear just to see how it would be like.
Yeah. Because you just don't go into the ring without practicing. Hey, I'll just stick a screwdriver in here. Let's see if it works.
Could you just imagine if that was the case?
Let's not.
Yeah, let's not.
That'd be so graphic.
In the climax, however, Jeff grabbed a couple of ladders and put Randy on a table, and then started to George of the Jungle himself across.
Yeah, he started to do his inner Tarzan, swinging back and forth like he's in the trees, and that failed.
It was at this moment that he knew.
He fucked up.
And then he crashes. The moment he let go, the moment he had, here's the thing. I believe he could have hung on because, Randy moved out of the way before Jeff even let go.
Anyways.
It's Randy hung on. Actually, Jeff hung on before Randy even moved out of the way. So I'm like,
Yeah.
Jeff could have hung on. But I think he was too focused on going through it that he just didn't realize it in time. And by the time he did realize it, his fingers had let go.
Yeah.
And then crash.
And burned. And got knocked out.
However, the annoying thing, of course, was Randy Orton was trying to pin Jeff, and the referee was taking forever just to count, saying, he's hurt, he's hurt, he's hurt.
And then they raised the cage, and Orton's like, just pin him, do your job, ref. I'm like,
I would have been.
Dude, he's just out. You could have just called the match right there.
Yeah, I was like, I was actually thinking to myself, I was like, referee, I understand that Jeff needs help, but all Randy's doing is pinning him. Just count to 3 and be done with it.
Yeah.
Like, stop saying, he's hurt, get off him, he's hurt.
Yeah.
So, I will say, like, that was a hell of an opener. As a matter of fact, last year, the Hell in a Cell match was the Usos and New Day, and that was actually a fun match, too.
I think this match topped it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it feels like as if the opening Hell in a Cell match the last 2 years in a row was the one that topped everything else.
Yeah.
But, like, I mean, in this case, like, in terms of brutality, like, haven't seen something that brutal in a long time from that cage.
Oh, believe me, we have not.
But of course, well, we still can't make comparisons to the Mankind Undertaker match, though.
I don't think anything, in my opinion, anything's going to top that match. At least in, like, quality, brutality.
We'll get to McFoley a little later tonight as well.
Yeah.
The next match this is something that was really good we're excited to talk about, was when Charlotte Flair defended the SmackDown Women's title against Becky Lynch. And in my opinion, this is a match that could have been inside the cell.
I agree.
I mean, sure, I admit, yeah, Randy and Jeff, that was like a brutal match, yeah. But in my opinion, like in terms of storyline and personal stuff, it should have gone to either this or maybe even the WWE title match.
Oh, heck yeah.
But, yeah, Charlotte and Becky, the way that things went off at SummerSlam, once again, Willie, what'd you think of SummerSlam at that moment?
Well, man, I don't know what to say.
You said before that what Becky did was, quote, justify because she's tired of Charlotte's crap.
Yeah. What she did was justify. And I don't know where people are getting this. It's like, oh, Becky's the heel. In what way is she the heel? Somebody please explain to me, in what way is she the heel? I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's understandable. But
I don't get it.
In this case, it was Charlotte versus Becky, and I would say that the match throughout was actually not that bad. It was actually good.
They were doing very well. They make very good dance partners in the ring. They gel off each other very well.
Yep, indeed. Let's talk about the big moment. Becky Lynch won the match and the title.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Like, I actually scared my aunt when I yelled. Like, oh, my God. Like, I cried. I was so happy. I was emotional. Like, oh, my God. Like, I was so happy.
That's understandable. I was happy, too. I was more shocked.
Was so shocking.
Charlotte was
I know, right?
What was Charlotte doing? Going for a spear or something?
She was going for the spear. And then Becky reversed it.
And pinned her.
And someone told me Becky had the tights. I look back and she didn't have the tights.
Yeah, she
won clean.
I rewatched that while I was writing the Sins, obviously, to that, and I did not see any pull the tights. That was a fair victory.
Fair count, fair and square.
Bingo.
Deal with it.
And, of course, at the end, Charlotte wanted to give a handshake to Becky, and Becky just walked away saying, no, I ain't letting you take my spotlight again.
And also, ladies and gentlemen, that is not a heel move. I'm just saying.
This is Becky's moment. Charlotte should have no part of it. That's the thing.
Charlotte shouldn't have been a part of the top pitch at SummerSlam. But, that happened. And, of course, I'm still surprised. They actually
I know. Like, the way I'm seeing it is like,
oh, my gosh.
Yeah, it should have been Carmella versus Becky one-on-one at SummerSlam so that Carmella could retain the title.
Yeah, but I get it. You had to have Charlotte Flair come in there and steal some people's spotlights.
But still, in the end, in my opinion, it should have been Carmella to retain. But
do what?
Nothing.
No. What'd you say? No.
Let's move on to the next match. Another match that was so great, and that was the Raw Tag Team title match.
Dude, that match was fire.
As Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre took on Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose for reasons that were stupid. Oh, just because. Kind of reminds us of SummerSlam. SummerSlam last year.
They didn't earn a title shot.
But nevertheless, the match was like 25 minutes long, and it was like, oh my god, it was great back and forth action in the tag team match. What'd you think of this tag team match?
Dude, this match was freaking insane. Like, near fall, the spot where Ziggler and Rollins reversed each other's moves, that was insane. And of course, the ending with the Claymore out of nowhere, like, holy crap.
Wow, he was going for the Falcon Arrow.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, dang, that is a good sequence right there.
So he still hit the move, but got hit as a result by Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Ziggler fell on top of Rollins to pin him and retain by accident.
Yeah.
Even though they were obviously like in behind the scenes scheduled to win, make it look like an accident.
Yeah.
They won by accident. That's so funny.
Well, yeah.
But of course, like, what I really liked about that moment was there was a moment in the match I just want to discuss right here that just made the whole thing awkward. And the one thing that made the whole thing awkward was a comment from Renee Young.
Yeah.
While Dean was like trying to get in the match, Renee Young literally quoted as like, Dean Ambrose looking like he wants a piece of this pie.
Oh my god.
That's a Booker T tell me she did not just say that moment.
We gotta keep it PG. Whatever. I thought it was funny.
Tell me she did not. I literally said that. Tell me she did not just say that.
I thought it was funny.
I bet even if she said a piece of the action, some people would probably make a joke about it, but everybody would be like, oh, she's talking about the match. But in this case, he wants a piece of this pie.
Right?
We're trying to keep things PG here, and you're not exactly doing it well.
They can still push the boundaries.
Yeah.
I like it.
Nevertheless, Dolph and Drew retained their titles. A lot of people thought this was going to be the moment where the Shield would have all the gold.
And I was one of those people, I thought this is where they're going to put the titles on the Shield, to have them hold all the belts on Raw, but, thank God they didn't.
Which would have been pathetic.
Yes, because this whole Shield thing is just,
the fact
I'm not going to get into it.
If you want them to be together as a stable, they don't need all the titles, because think about it, actually, that way I say it again, they don't need to be in the Shield.
Nope.
Seth
Rollins is the Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, Seth did that on his own without having to be in the Shield.
Yeah.
Seth's doing great on his own as the Intercontinental Champion. Dean Ambrose is a kick-ass performer as a singles competitor, and even Roman Reigns, don't at me.
Reigns is doing pretty good. Yes, we like Roman Reigns, people.
Roman Reigns, a great Universal Champion because he's already defended it more times than Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Ha. For those who keep up with the live event schedules.
Yeah.
Oh well. Anyway, the next match on the list was also something that could have been inside the cell, and that's AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe for the WWE Championship.
This match was pretty good.
But well, I will say, leading up to it, as we saw at SummerSlam, the match ended in disqualification after AJ lost his cool and used the chair.
Yep.
And yet, at Hell in a Cell,
through the barricade.
And yet, at Hell in a Cell, it's still just a regular one-on-one match.
Yeah, but the next pay-per-view we got, it's gonna be no holds barred, so whatever. Yeah. This match should have been inside Hell in a Cell, as Christian just said. The storyline called for it.
Yep. But it was personal. It was extremely personal. One of the most personal rivalries of the entire night.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy, once again, no offense to their great performances. I'm just saying their rivalry did not call for the cell.
Nah.
At least not enough to, compare to the others. But
nah.
That's okay, though. AJ Styles, Samoa Joe once again performed a really great match, like they always do.
Of course.
And of course, we all know, AJ Styles is still the champion. Or is he? That's the thing. That's the way it ends, huh?
Yeah.
Because
I think Joe got screwed here.
Just like a Greatest Royal Rumble where Roman hit first, now we have Hell in a Cell where AJ tapped first.
Yes, it did the ending from the last takeover we had with with Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler. So that was the exact same ending with AJ and Joe.
Except for the fact that Kairi Sane, I don't think, tapped out.
No, Kairi didn't tap out.
In this case, this also reminds me of SummerSlam in 2015.
Oh, yeah.
Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker.
Yep.
That was a lot more controversial than this, but because, there was the bell ringing and stuff, but... So the way the match ended, I actually like it because, it allows us to continue the feud in a great way. Because I'm just saying, if AJ had beaten Samoa Joe fair and square, that would have been the end of the rivalry right there.
Yeah.
The fact that...
And hopefully this does not drag on.
And, the first match of SummerSlam ended in disqualification. This one ends in controversy because AJ tapped first, but the referee counted Joe's shoulders. Which gives us the Super Showdown, which I'm thinking may be the culmination.
Yes, I think that's where Joe will win the championship. Because, no offense, I love AJ Styles to death. I do. But this title reign, in my opinion, has just been, I wouldn't say not good. It hasn't been, I guess, memorable. All he's done is just, proclaim that's the house that he built, SmackDown Live. Held the title for almost 300 days. He's fought Nakamura. He's fought Joe. And, that's pretty much all I can remember. And he really hasn't done anything else with it.
Yeah, of course. I'm saying, we have not had a new WWE champion in 2018 at all.
Not named Jinder Mahal.
Yep, the last champion was Jinder Mahal, and that was well over almost a year ago.
I know, right?
So it's so much time has passed. Whatever happened?
Progress, Christian. Progress.
Yeah, indeed. All right, AJ is still the champion.
AJ
is still the champion, albeit controversial decisions, but we have another match of Super Showdown. And at least in this case, at least in this case, there wasn't any fair victories in any of their matches yet. The story was perfectly done, especially Night Night AJ. I want that book.
Same. Buy it at your local library, ladies and gentlemen.
If only, that'd be great.
That'd be insane.
But let's go on to the next match. The next match was the mixed tag match. Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella took on the Miz and Maryse. It was the Yes couple versus the It couple.
No joke, I did not care about this match. I actually turned away from the screen.
If anything,
because I didn't care.
I understand you want to continue the feud with Miz and Daniel Bryan, but if I'm being honest, leave the wives out of it.
You had to bring Botch Bella in and Maryse. Give me a break. Oh, I said Botch mode. Yep. Bella fans.
For one thing, Maryse, the only offensive move she hit was a roll up. I think that won the match.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
They made Maryse act like she didn't even know how to wrestle. This is the former 2-time Divas champion, right?
Yeah. But so was Brie Bella, but nobody remembers that reign.
Yeah, understandable. But of course, even Brie Bella was not that good either.
No, this match was just sloppy.
No offense to those who love the Bellas. No offense. Nikki, she's fine.
Nikki's fine.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
Brie.
She can wrestle.
It's Brie who I believe came back way too early from retraining to come back.
Yeah, she wants to be like her husband, and don't get me started on that. She steals her husband's mood. She steals his catchphrases just to get on his bandwagon. Don't get me started.
Yeah, and yet people say the Miz is the one who's taking everything.
Well, if you really think about it, it's Dana Bryan's own wife who's doing that because she can't get over with the crowd.
Yep, can't get over with the crowd unless she's with Daniel Bryan.
Well, Christian, unless you're on Total Divas, you can get over.
Good point.
Yeah, whatever.
or her case, Total Bellas. To which I'm come on, Miz and Mrs. has surpassed Total Bellas in terms of relevancy with only 4 episodes. Than Total Bellas could ever do with 4 seasons.
Total Trash is terrible. Miz and Mrs. is awesome.
That's right.
So there you go.
In the end, of course, Maryse won the match by rolling up while holding Brie's tights, I believe.
In a very sloppy fashion, mind you.
But here's the thing. There is somebody who legit pissed me off in this match.
Who's that?
Byron Saxton.
I can't stand Saxton. Or Tom Phillips. Or Corey Graves.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm just saying Corey Graves. Corey Graves is the GOAT, man.
I like Corey Graves, but he's just, I don't know. There's something about him now that's just not clicking, with me at least.
Understandable. Anyways.
I don't know.
Here's the thing. Stuff like what Byron Saxton's saying, stuff like that, He even got to the point where he was like yelling at Corey Graves, "I'm begging you to be unbiased."
I know, right?
And he even referred to Miz and Maurice's marriage as an embarrassment in that match.
Your existence on commentary is an embarrassment.
Exactly. I mean, it's gotten to the point where I've even... minor spoiler alert, the Sins character is going to have a lot to say to Byron Saxton in that match.
Very boring.
However, I'm not going to say what's going on, but I will say it's... he pissed me off and he even pissed off the Sins character. I mean, it's one thing to not like Miz and Maurice, big whoop. You don't like them, don't care, right?
Yeah.
But it's like he even said like Daniel and Brie are an example of a couple who are there for each other through thick and thin. I'm like, yeah, so is Miz and Maurice.
Fact.
They're there for each other through thick and thin. Like, what you got to say about that, huh? But I will say, like, Byron Saxton's like...
Probably.
I mean, sure, like, I admit, Corey Graves can get a little annoying as well when it comes to his cheering for The Miz, but Byron is more annoying with his hatred of The Miz.
Yeah.
I mean, at least Corey is, like, making a funny humor out of this whole thing. Like, I remember at SummerSlam...
Corey's actually funny.
Yeah, I remember at SummerSlam, when, Miz had used, like, the brass knucks to win, there's Byron Saxton, like, whining, complaining like a kid at Walmart who couldn't get the toy that he or she wanted.
Yeah.
And you got Corey Graves saying, I couldn't really see it, my monitor was fogged a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, that was actually funny.
Yeah.
I mean, and even during this match, the mixed tag match, Corey made a funny joke about it. At least Corey was being funny about, like, the Daniel and Brie's marriage. Which is that it's like, Brie's worried that if she loses, Brie is worried that if she loses, like, she's not going to get the winner's pay here. And also, it's like, Daniel should be concerned that if they lose the match, he's going to have to do some alimony payments. And I'm like, that was actually funny. Because, like, Corey is not I mean, sure, maybe he's intentionally trying to make a funny joke, but at the same time, he's not trying to be flat out insulting.
Yes.
Byron Saxton, on the other hand, like, what you see right here, this is just an embarrassment when it shows Miz and Maurice doing their entrance.
Once again, your commentary is an embarrassment.
Exactly, but why are we talking? Oh my god! Here's the thing.
Why are we talking about this?
Why are we talking about commentators? They're irrelevant. No offense, they're irrelevant.
Yeah, no offense, guys.
Byron Saxton still lives with his parents. That's actually true. I think that, but then again, I think that was more of his choice. But if that's the case, I respect that.
Yeah, same.
Anyways, let's move on from that to something that we thought was going to be boring, but actually turned out to be not that bad, which is the Raw Women's title match. Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss. And I'm like...
I thought it was very boring and too long.
So what I'm trying to say about the Raw Women's title match is that, for one thing, Ronda Rousey actually proved to more that she can wrestle.
Yeah.
I mean,
wrestle. I like how you said that. Wrestle.
wrestle. And like
the old guys in the past wrestling, yeah.
It wasn't like a squash victory either. Alexa actually had some offense this time.
Yeah, surprisingly. But we'll talk about Alexa like in a few minutes because there's some news about her. Apparently, that's not good.
Yeah,
let's continue on.
But I will say, there was absolutely no doubt that Ronda Rousey was winning the match.
Come on, man. Ronda's holding that shirt till Mania, probably.
Probably, or maybe we'll get surprised.
Ooh,
maybe we'll get surprised. What if she ends up losing the title at Evolution against whoever the hell she's facing?
Yeah, the rumors are saying Nikki Bella, but I don't care about that. I mean, if I would have her lose the title, I would have her lose it to a debuting Shayna Baszler.
What about Natalya?
Just imagine. Yeah, the story calls for it. That's what should have happened at Hell in a Cell, but whatever. Alexa had to have her rematch. I understand that, but if I were to book this company, I would book Natalya and Ronda at Evolution. I just think the story calls for it, and nobody wants Nikki Bella. Sorry, nobody wants that.
I mean, sure,
wrestling.
I already guaranteed Bella Twins will be at that show, but I'm just saying, like, here's what I would do. All right, you want the Bellas at Evolution? Here's what I got. Here's what I would do. Put the Bellas up against the Iconics.
The Iconics.
Because, they're basically the Australian version of the Bellas here.
Or heck, reunite Lay Cool for one night and have them go against Lay Cool. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah, like
No joke. I would actually like to see that.
Yeah, same here. Well, we'll get to Evolution. We'll get to Evolution when it's time.
Oh yeah,
but
got lots to say about that, folks.
In the meantime, Ronda Rousey won the match once again by submission after having Alexa Bliss submit to the armbar. No, it was actually not that bad of a match. It was actually decent.
I'm not saying the match was bad. It's just that I didn't pay any attention to it.
That's okay. I don't blame it. You were probably expecting it to be an easy victory anyway.
No joke. I was actually thinking, okay, it's going to end the squash match, but they went by 12 minutes, surprisingly.
Shockingly, yeah.
But apparently there's some news coming out of this. Apparently Alexa Bliss is legitimately injured.
Whoops.
Yeah, apparently it's nothing serious. What?
Whoops, right?
Yeah, whoops. Oh, well. The woman can't take a bump to save her life, Here she is getting in the ring with a legitimate fighter in Ronda, but, yeah, she's not going to be out for that long from what people have been telling me, that she's going to be out for like a week.
Yeah, because
yeah, there's that. She'll be back.
Yeah, she'll be back. She's still set to face Trish Stratus at Evolution.
Yeah, who cares?
In the meantime, I would say, I give more props to Ronda.
Christian, have you noticed we're talking more about Evolution than WWE has been doing?
Yeah, we've been talking about Evolution more than Hell in a Cell, but at the same time, we've been talking about Evolution more than WWE has at all.
Yeah, because people on Twitter have been irate that WWE is not talking about it. They have not done any promotion for it. They have not said anything about it. Other than that, it's coming up.
And of course,
everyone's excited and upset, but patience.
If you want, I'm sure, doesn't seem like something that will be that much to look forward to. But if you're gonna hype it up, you better at least talk about it. Hype it up.
Yeah, keep going. Get the publicity out there. You know.
Here's the thing. This is like a problem. We'll actually discuss this after we're done reviewing Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a moment. But let's go to the main event, which is the Hell in a Cell match for the Universal title between Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman, who cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase, and Mick Foley was the guest referee. So this was all over the place.
Oh heck yeah! Except on top of the cell. But whatever. We'll get to that.
Quite literally.
The match was pretty good. Not gonna lie. The match actually was good.
Although I will say I did not agree with Mick Foley being there as the referee because it made no sense.
Mick didn't even do anything. He didn't play into the narrative of the cell being there or at least match place. He didn't take any bumps, which I expected he was going to take something at least. Well, he took something, all right.
Yeah.
Took mace to the eyes.
Let's see. Throughout the match itself, though, there was a moment where Mick Foley actually counted 3.
Yes, Braun Strowman got screwed, folks. Say it again, Christian.
Braun Strowman hit the running power slam. 1, 2, 3.
Braun Strowman got screwed, folks.
Yep. Mick Foley clearly hit the 3 count and still said, nope, 2 count. And I'm like,
no, you idiot. You counted 3.
It's like, oh, well, that was a 2 count. Fuck you. I saw you hit the mat 3 times. I can watch it in slow-mo. Actually, I don't even need to watch it slow-mo. I heard the fucking mat.
Yeah, I was looking, I'm like, that was 3. That was 3. And then I think Braun looked legitimately pissed.
Yeah.
Braun should have won. Braun got screwed.
That's true. Braun Strowman, right, because of that, should be the Universal Champion. It's like Braun's getting screwed out of everything. First it was the Shield, and now Mick Foley.
And alas, he's lost his Money in the Bank contract.
Yeah, I guess that's basically confirmed. I thought that because the match ended in a no contest, which we'll get to in a moment, I thought that would mean, okay, no winner, no loser. Does that mean Braun keeps the briefcase? But
apparently not, ladies and gentlemen.
Was this the first time somebody lost their briefcase in a no contest thing?
Yeah, the first time. What the heck are you doing? And I remember telling Ryan this, if you have one more cash-in fail, get rid of the concept.
Yeah, this, ladies and gentlemen, was our 4th failed Money in the Bank cash-in. 4th. And
first it was, who was the first, Christian?
John Cena. I mean, that was because Big Show interfered and caused a disqualification, but he announced it early.
Second one?
The second one was Damien Sandow. He got beat by John Cena after a lengthy match. That was the only one where it was a fair and square thing.
The third one was Baron Corbin, who I was so excited when he cashed in on Jinder Mahal, because, of course, back then I despised Jinder.
And it was a 7-second...
Cena got involved, ooh, I was so irate.
Lost in 7 seconds, and now Braun Strowman. But
he
this is,
I
couldn't think they could get any worse. I'm like, the worst. We actually said to ourselves, oh, the worst that could happen is Braun loses the match to Roman.
Yeah,
and
Braun didn't
however,
lose the match. What, the match to Roman?
This literally took the cake. This, in my opinion, takes the cake.
Right here.
It's one thing for a match. Okay, you lose your briefcase by disqualification. Well, a match ended. That's the result. Yeah. And then it's another thing to lose in a fair match, another one to lose in a 6-second squash match, and now you lose your briefcase without even winning or losing the fucking match.
Just ridiculous crap that just... Oh, God, I'm just so irate. Like,
I don't blame you. I'm irate, too.
Get rid of the concept.
I mean, the show was like only a few days ago, and we're still pissed off about it.
Yeah, like, I wasn't really pissed when it went off the air, but then people were like, okay, Braun lost the briefcase. I'm like, what?
Because we remembered that's what it meant. Match ended in a no contest. I mean, the match should have continued, but we'll get to that in just in a big moment. But
yeah,
listen, I was in contact with Reister Ryan yesterday, folks, and he told me that as he was leaving the arena, there was so much chanting of "This is bullshit."
Yes, I saw a video of that, and the crowd was not happy with this ending, and I don't blame them.
I don't blame them either. I'm like, the Hell in a Cell match ends in a no contest, and what's worse,
and speaking of the crowd, Christian, they also took Charlotte's signs away that said "Boo the Woo." Yet you listen to your fans, right?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, you listen to your fans, yeah, whatever.
I will say, like, here's another thing that was kind of stupid about this match. All right, Reigns hit a spear on Braun Strowman through a table, and he successfully went for.
I can remember.
Yeah, he hit a spear on Braun through a table, and then he went to go ahead and cover him. Got a near fall, 1-2 kick out.
Near fall. And then after that, I think Dean, Seth, Dolph, and Drew came out.
Yeah, but here's the thing, like Braun and Roman, after Roman clearly had a lot of energy left after that spear because he was able to go for a quick pinfall. And yet he and Braun were down and out for the next 10 minutes.
10 minutes, and then all that chaos happened. Everyone climbed the cell. Dolph and Seth went through the tables, and then...
You know what would have been great? You know what would have been great? Imagine if, like, all the crap that was going on, for example, let's say Dolph and Seth fighting on top of the cell, Dean and Drew fighting in the ringside area, and then there's Braun and Roman fighting inside the cell. I'm like, that would have been fucking epic.
That would have been a
because, like, there's shit going all over the place, and, like, there's all stuff here, up there, and down here. But meanwhile, it's like the match inside just like stopped or something, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins, they kind of pulled a Hell in a Cell 2014 by having both those guys go through tables at the same time.
Which was cool.
Yeah, unfortunately, after seeing that a couple times, I wasn't really impressed.
No joke. When they climbed the cell, I didn't react whatsoever. I'm like, I know what's coming.
Yep. Here's the now. If they had fallen from the top of the cell through the tables, then maybe I would have been like, holy shit.
I would have been more reactive if Jeff Hardy did the big swanton bomb, but of course, going back to the other match with Randy and Jeff Hardy,
that was
they really didn't need it.
It was brutal enough.
It was brutal enough.
It was brutal, yeah. It was brutal enough that it made up for not having something like that.
Yes.
But this one, on the other hand, like, Seth and Dolph, they both were obviously timing it, and they didn't really, like...
Oh, yeah.
They didn't really do that well. They both hit headbutts, and then they just, like, let go.
Let go. I'm like, it's so fake. I mean, scripted. Can't use the word fake in pro wrestling, folks.
Yeah. But we'll say, like, a big surprise was the sudden show up of Brock Lesnar.
No joke, I actually did not react. Like, his music... Okay, the only reason I didn't react is because some idiot sent me... that Brock is backstage, some kind of, like, spoiler, and they're like, it's like, hey, Brock's backstage, dude. I'm like, thanks, idiot. And I blocked him.
As for me, since I wasn't looking online prior to the show, I, went ahead and I saw...
I wasn't looking online either. I was just looking for tweets, and then some idiot DM'd me that, and I'm like, thanks. Oh, you could not have opened it. I opened all my DMs, folks.
So
that was on me.
When Brock Lesnar showed up, for one thing, he looked in better shape.
Brock looking all skinny, getting ready to go back to the UFC, or so we thought.
And he's growing the beard. He's growing the beard.
He wasn't gone for that long.
He's growing the beard.
He growing the beard out, like looking all tough and all grizzled, like he came from the hunting games or whatever. Got done killing some deer or whatever. He looking good.
Speaking of which, I do that. I'm a hunter.
Nice. Do you grow the beard out?
Well, no, but I actually do have a beard, but it's usually because I just have a beard.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, Brock. My opinion that cell door was easily breakable.
Oh yeah, Brock just kicked it open like he's that was pretty much that was cool.
It was cool, yeah, but like one single kick like that.
It was so obvious that was breakable. A guy like Brock, actually, I don't think could kick down a Hell in a Cell door if it was like really padlocked.
Poor McFoley got pepper sprayed.
That was so funny. I was like, down goes Foley.
Yep, at the hands of Paul Heyman.
And then Brock gets in the ring and kicks the living crap out of everybody.
I believe he used the pieces of that broken table against both Braun and Roman, and then performed on an F5 on each one. But this is where it pissed me off again, because they were, for one thing, Braun and Roman were like out for like a 10 minutes or something like that.
About 10 minutes.
About 10 minutes. They got hit by a couple pieces of the table, got an F5. And the referee considered that to be too much for them to handle.
Come on, man! It's a Hell in a Cell.
I mean,
give me a break. And I think this is the first Hell in a Cell it's been with stoppage.
Well, no, Mankind versus Kane in the 1990s.
Yeah, true.
But I believe Mankind and Kane was one of the only times that there was a no contest Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
But in this case, there was good reasons. Like, Foley once again got really badly injured, and this was after the King of the Ring one, too, so that's why they stopped it, because they were afraid of another bad situation.
Yep.
For this case, these guys, like Braun and Roman, they probably had a lot left in the tank, and nope, no contest.
It would have made more sense if Braun came in, destroyed everybody, and then put Roman or Braun on top of one another to just get the win.
I probably think he would put Roman over Braun because he wants to annihilate Roman for winning the title from him at SummerSlam.
Yeah, whatever. WWE Booking 2.0, folks.
Yep, indeed. We'll get to what's coming up in a little bit, but once again, we'll say again, because of this, the match ends in a no contest, which pissed everybody off. I mean, the show was going great.
It was, man.
If you had just kept up the role and actually had one of these guys win the match, even after all that destruction that happened, then we would have been satisfied.
But no, you had to go the lousy way and just screw everybody over. Well done, WWE. But hey, Becky Lynch is the new SmackDown Women's Champion, so I'm happy.
Yeah, that's true. But sadly, of course, this completely destroys the prestige of the Money in the Bank briefcase.
And you need to get rid of the concept because of this issue.
Yep. Because, at this point, nobody's really that interested in cash-ins anymore because now we've had 4 failed attempts.
Well, except with the women. So, there's that.
Yeah, we've had 2 successful for the women.
Yeah, not with the men so far, which is ridiculous, but yeah, whatever.
Just imagine if we still had not had someone lose that in their cash-in match. Just imagine.
Just imagine if Baron Corbin beat Jinder. Oh, man.
Or if John Cena... Or if John Cena beats CM Punk. Well, there wouldn't be the 434-day reign if that happened. But John Cena, in my opinion, was the only exception where we really didn't care if he lost it because he was already a multiple-time world champ at the time.
Damien Sandow, imagine if he beat Cena.
Holy shit. Man, all the possibilities that could have happened if the guys who failed actually won it. And now Braun Strowman with his Money in the Bank, which he made a big deal about it, going into SummerSlam and especially with Kevin Owens. The whole thing with Kevin Owens and Braun Strowman, that Kevin was obsessed with getting that briefcase. He ended up losing that in a squash match. And all this was all leading up to Braun just losing the briefcase in an awkward no-contest fashion.
Which, once again, brings me back. You should have gave the briefcase to The Miz. But, whatever. What do I know? Whatever.
What do you know? I think I know what you know. How to actually book a wrestling show properly.
Thank you.
In a way that it could... I mean, sure, there has to be people we need to piss off, obviously, but...
Oh, yeah.
Don't piss off everybody. Leave some people satisfied.
The majority of, people in that arena.
Leave some people satisfied. I mean, sure, if you want to have Roman beat Braun Strowman and make him lose his cash-in, well, have him win the match.
I bet they're thinking, Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton can be violent. That'll satisfy him. And Becky Lynch is the new SmackDown Women's Champion. That'll satisfy him. Hey, we'll screw Braun Strowman out of his briefcase.
And even Dolph and Drew and Dean and Seth stole the show in their tag team match as well.
They stole the night.
AJ Styles and Samoa Joe had another good match, and even if it ended in controversy, we weren't exactly pissed off about it because we know it means this is a perfect way to continue it.
They always have great matches, so there you go.
I mean, even Ronda Rousey proved that she can do more in wrestling, so that's another plus. Yeah. Miz and Maurice, Miz and Maurice once again
more moves to her repertoire, so that's cool.
Miz and Maurice once again win. Okay, that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
I think that was one of the only ones we didn't really care for. The rest of it was holy shit.
The rest of the card and the matches were just great.
And then you just had to ruin it with the ending of this.
You just had to screw everyone out of a fun night, an entertaining night.
This could have been.
Had to ruin it all.
Hell, this could have been the best pay-per-view of 2018.
Besides the takeover, but yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. But those are NXT. We're talking about main roster here. I mean, the main roster pay-per-views there have been a number that have been bad. Example, Backlash.
Let's not talk about Backlash.
Yeah, that was
shit. Yeah, you can go check our review on that, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that was shit. And that was also the last time that BCN Rollins was on our podcast, too. We love you, man.
Yeah. Shout out to our brother BCN Rollins. Connor, we love you, man. And we love you too, Kelsey. And Ryan.
Yep. Despite the fact that it's just been the two of us, this has been fun, right?
Oh, heck yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that was my second podcast, one-on-one with an individual. First one was, of course, Rice to Ryan. And here I am on Christian Maracle, which is awesome.
Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we're done talking about, the Hell in a Cell show. Now we can talk about something else as well that we have coming up.
Boy, oh boy, is the Losers Lounge freaking busy.
Yeah, first of all, here's something I guarantee. This is something that you told me, but we'll tell the audience here. Basically, what's coming up in the next 2 months is too much wrestling.
Yes, way too much pro wrestling.
You know something? All these shows that are coming up, that's at least 5 months worth of pay-per-views if they were all at one separate month.
Yes.
Coming up, we have the Super Showdown. Okay, we knew that was coming anyway, so, for the last few months, so we were, we will say, we're okay with it because, it's Melbourne, Australia. Australia finally gets the chance to, have a big event like that. So we at least say kudos to all our Australian fans.
Yeah, Nick, if you're watching this, dude, hope you go to the show, man.
Yeah. Yeah, one of Willie's close friends is from Australia, and a couple of my friends are from Australia, and that Roman Reigns hater guy is also from Australia. Yeah,
Tyler, we love you, bro. Even though I've been talking crap about you, we still love you. We still love you, man.
Kelsey doesn't, though.
I know Kelsey doesn't. I don't think Kelsey likes it. I'm kidding. I was going to say Kelsey doesn't like anybody, but, I'm kidding.
And also another friend of mine who's not really a wrestling fan, but I've been kept close with him for over almost 2 years now. His name's Mason, but he has a YouTube channel. He used to be known as Mega Beast, but now he's Quixotic.
Oh, nice.
He's got a good channel. He's got 11,000 subs. He's doing good.
That's not bad.
He's not a WWE fan, but he is from Australia. So I just say shout out to you, man. I don't think he's even listening to this because it's a wrestling podcast. But hey, Quixotic, man, Mason, you got a shout out by Christian freaking Maracle on this podcast.
And it's too sweet. Also, ladies and gentlemen, apparently we have some news. Rey Mysterio has apparently signed a 2-year contract with WWE.
Interesting.
Okay, cool.
Very, very interesting.
Cool, awesome.
I can't wait to see what they're going to do for that.
I love Ray.
We're going to talk about
all in.
We'll talk about we'll talk about the Super Showdown when we get to it, and as well as all the other stuff. But we want to let you guys know, the next podcast will be in 2 weeks. I'm giving the entire Losers Lounge the chance to just relax, rest up, because 8 fucking weeks in a row.
8 weeks.
8 weeks, 8 podcast episodes. That's because of all the shows that WWE are literally cramming into their schedule.
Yes.
I mean, this isn't just something, okay, we have a small spot, but I can just squeeze this one in. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, come on, man. Way too much wrestling nowadays.
I believe, so we got Super Showdown coming on October 6th. We have Evolution coming up on October 28th. Okay, at least they're many weeks apart. Okay, fine.
My gosh.
We got Super Showdown, which is a random house show, kind of like the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
It's going to be in in Melbourne, Australia, and then like we have Evolution, which is the first ever all women's pay-per-view. And despite the fact that we're not really that hyped about it, we've been talking about it more than WWE.
Fact.
And we still at least like give them kudos to have like their first ever women's pay-per-view, at least, even if we're not that excited for it.
Oh, heck yeah. I'm going to give them a chance.
Of course, like, I mean, we can't really judge things unless we see it for ourselves.
That's right.
But then all of a sudden, now 5 days later, we have another pay-per-view called WWE
this one came
Crown
out of
Jewel.
nowhere.
This literally, a couple days ago, even going into Hell in a Cell, I didn't even know this show was existing.
Same.
I didn't know the show was existing, and now we just find out a month and a half before it happens that, oh, we have this show in Saudi Arabia. I'm like, wait, another one?
Yes, another show in Saudi Arabia. But that went over well last time, didn't it, WWE?
Actually, it wasn't that bad.
No, it really wasn't. I'm just saying.
The Race Rumble wasn't that bad. I'm just saying, like, if you're going to do another Saudi Arabia show, couldn't that have waited, like, 2019 or something?
Come on, man.
Like, don't have, like, a huge show, like, every, like, a few weeks now. I mean, if this keeps up, I'm gonna fucking put up a prediction here. I guarantee if this keeps up, WWE is going to start broadcasting their house shows.
I would not mind that, actually.
Actually,
I would not mind that.
But here's the thing. Would you want to be watching wrestling every single day of your life?
No.
Exactly. At that moment, we wouldn't be able to tell
wrestling.
the difference between what is, like, continuing the storylines and what is not.
Yeah.
What's going on here? What the fuck?
Like, seriously. So much wrestling. So much time. So much predictions and reviews for the Losers Lounge. Like, good lord. Give us a break.
It's not just
We're
that.
here to entertain you guys, right?
Yeah, it's not just that. I mean, we're not saying we hate doing this. I mean...
No, we love it.
We love it. We're just saying
there's way too much on our... And in our personal lives. It's going to interfere in our personal lives, you know? So this is, like, way too much.
It's not just for, like, the Losers Lounge, but it's also for my Sin videos as well.
Oh, yeah.
WWE producing all this stuff. I'm like, oh, shit. Looks like I'm going to have a field day.
Yep. Yeah, we got,
this isn't even a field day. This is the whole fucking track and field thing.
You're running a marathon.
Running a marathon of all these sins that are coming up because we got 6 more pay-per-views in 3 months.
Good lord.
Super Showdown, Evolution, Crown Jewel, NXT War Games, Survivor Series, and TLC. Those are the remaining pay-per-views of 2018. That's 6 in 3 months.
So y'all want more Losers Lounge? You got more Losers Lounge.
Yeah, because of this. I mean, here's the thing. There's also something else I forgot to mention. We'll be not predicting, but we'll be reviewing SmackDown 1000.
Oh my god, so much.
Yeah, October is gonna be a fucking loaded month here, especially not just for wrestling, but for other things. I mean, think about this. In October, everybody, Halloween. People love Halloween. Trick or treat. Trick or treat.
Trick or treating. Gotta love that candy.
Yep. There's Halloween, obviously. There's a Halloween movie.
Yep.
There's a Venom movie.
Can't wait. And
there's like so many pay-per-views. Super Showdown, and there's also SmackDown 1000 and Evolution. I'm like, this is gonna be a loaded month.
October, the year of pro wrestling, is just taking over.
Yeah.
Good lord. Just cut it down. I tweeted last night. WWE needs to slow it down with these pay-per-views.
Yeah, please slow it down. That'd be great.
Man, I love my wrestling, but not all the time. Jeez.
Of course.
Good lord.
So because of this, starting at the first week of October, folks, every week going forward from October 3rd to November 21st, there's going to be a podcast episode.
We're going to be busy.
But the good thing is, in order to make sure I don't stress out my lounge too much, or should I say our lounge, sorry, I didn't mean to say my lounge.
It's cool. Our lounge, ladies and gentlemen, we're all equals here.
Yeah, just to make sure I don't stress out the lounge too much, I decided, for certain episodes, if they want it, I can grant, others time off so they don't have to be involved in this hectic schedule. I, on the other hand, I'm the guy who, this is on my channel, so I'll probably have to be here.
Christian will have to be here, folks.
That's
it's
okay,
his duty.
I'll be fine.
And me, I'll probably be here, too. My life is just, regular.
Understandable. But yeah, because of this, predicting Super Showdown, reviewing it. 1 week later, we're reviewing SmackDown 1000. 1 week later, predicting Evolution. The following week, we're not just reviewing Evolution, but we'll be predicting Crown Jewel. not just, like I said, we're not just predicting, not reviewing Evolution, we're also predicting Crown Jewel on the same episode. So
much wrestling. Oh my gosh.
I think that edition is literally going to be released on Halloween as well. So like if this was like a video podcast, we would have definitely wore costumes. I'd like that. That'd be great.
What the heck is this?
What the heck is
Flair just tweeted out, "Thanks for the respect." Don't. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. I'll talk about it later. That's cool.
We got like so much stuff that's coming up. We'll be also like I said before, like not just predicting and reviewing like all those other shows, but there's also like NXT War Games and Survivor Series.
Yeah.
At this point, this is, I guarantee, going to stress this out. But because of this, I'm going to officially announce this right here, ladies and gentlemen. I have cut off a majority, 80% of the content that was supposed to be released this December because with the exception of 2 podcasts and a 1 Sin video, all the other stuff are not going to happen. All other videos
he's just got a busy schedule here.
All other videos have been either postponed or canceled. I'm also going to be figuring the month of December I'll use that to take time off, recharge the battery, spend time with family, and I may be potentially going to Virginia Beach. So there's that.
Yes, sir.
In the meantime, though, that's the stuff that's coming up. We won't be seeing another Losers Lounge podcast episode for another 2 weeks. This gives the lounge time to relax for a while before we have to go through this.
Heck yeah. Hopefully all the members will return.
Yep, but it's been fun just hanging out with you, man, as well.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
We fight whatever we can to keep this alive.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys very much for tuning into the podcast, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.